all of it with some fucking desert. I just hit it all with some desert. Okay, you know what they say, right? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to City Skylines as we join this game again. There's actually been quite some time since we played this game last, and it's not because I don't enjoy it at all anymore. I enjoy it a lot. There's just been a lot of new games that we've been playing, some of the old games that we've played, like Hitman, and there's only 7 days in a week, and unfortunately, when you add new games in, you have to kind of take some old games out. So we're back with City Skylines. As you can see, the traffic is as fucked up as normal, which is always good. So we're going to be getting in here to build today, kind of get some stuff added to the map. We've done a lot on the southwest side. Last time that we were in here, added like a whole new neighborhood that was very custom to that side of the map, or that side of the city, I guess you could say. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump into this and see what we can get into. We're just going to take a quick peek at the stuff that we did the last time we were in here. We made 2 man-made lakes, which those are filling up fairly well. It's going to take a hot minute. We have 2 ports going into there with water. This one has 3 and it's still taking forever, which isn't one of these. Hold on. Freshwater outlet. Freshwater outlet. Okay, so they're both freshwater outlets. I remember we mixed it in with, like, shit water, literally. So to have fresh water taking over the shit water is going to be beneficial for the lake. Unless someone just wants massive, you know, case of pink eye when they go swimming in there. Which if they do, that's on them, and then they can go there, no problem. So I'm not going to focus on the southwest side of this, since we've been doing a lot of that. I just want to take a look and see what we got. We've got a lot of open plot here, which a nice little neighborhood, you know, would be really useful in this area. Man, have I added a shit ton of trees in this. Wow, man, it's just no chill with the trees, as you can see, which is good because it just brings stuff to life when you're able to add the trees down there. This area has been vacant for some time. It would be nice to maybe get a neighborhood started here. I can get rid of this square, and then we can maybe start doing something a little more reasonable, you know, for people out here. I can't remember what I was going to do. I want to say that this was going to be a university. This square that was here was going to be a university at some point, but, you know, we see how that went with just no building. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think I yeeted the university. Did I not? No, it's still there. Oh, wow, it's actually... Hold on. Did I not delete the university? I could have sworn I deleted this. No, I think I deleted it and I realized it broke everything, so I, like, just stopped fucking with it? I don't know. I can't remember what I did. It almost actually has 800 students. It's doing okay. The only part I don't like about the university here is the fact that our expenses are $24,000 and we're only making $5,000 in tuition fees. That is hurting our debt ratio really bad, and if we could cancel this out, I would assume it would be fairly good. Oh my god, we're paused. I mean, the debt right now is not that bad, $33,000. I would assume that this is the thing that's giving us the most debt at $24,000. And then we have very incremental amounts, which is probably just like other stuff around the map, which is not doing too well. I am seeing a lot of fires. This is the second fire, which they should have fire department that should be able to respond to this. This is a firehouse right here. They couldn't be any closer, and they somehow are not there yet. How is this possible? Please. You know your job. Do your job. Save the world. Well, I wouldn't expect you to save the world, but save... He's responding from over here, has to get through a shit ton of traffic. You know what we should do, though? I think I thought of a great idea. I know. You're going to be like, why didn't you think of this prior? That's a damn good question. That is a damn good question. So I took 2 roads there and I fused them together. One from the neighborhood, the other from the industrial, leaving a point of access into both, which might actually stop some of the congestion of people attempting to get into this area versus this area, whatever the case may be. That's the hope. If not, then we fucked everything up, and that's just how it's going to go. That's what I wanted to do for a while, is go through and kind of do stuff just like that. Make it easier for people to kind of traverse the city. I would say for the most part, we've done a pretty good job at isolating neighborhoods from... That looks like a massive police chase right here. No, not one police car. One police car right there. But for the most part, that's what we need to do. Is kind of just like amplify our city to be a little bit better. You know what I mean? Just update it, upgrade it, and then it should just kind of do its own thing. But where do I want to work on right now? That's a damn good question. Oh my god, I haven't looked up here in a hot minute. How is this doing? Holy shit, I forgot I did this. You know what we should do, though? Please tell me these aren't... Oh my god, they would be max level. Fuck. Some of these aren't. You know, we can go for the side that isn't, but I feel like that's redundant because if we already have this set up, we might as well just keep it. You know what I mean? It just seems silly not to keep it. How did that road become so wibble-wobby going? I don't even think that's a word, but everything's looking good up here. This is I would say a bustling little area that we have up here. All the houses are pretty much full, full level here, which is really good. Let's see how our sawmill's doing. Sawmill's producing about $5,000 worth of, revenue. Is about $15,000 of profit. So that's not bad. I mean, that's fucking good. No cap, though. We got so many full cemeteries. 1, 2, 3 that I could just see right there. And I would assume that we're about to hit our goal of I think it was 7 or 8 cemeteries that we needed to have totally full to get that thing. This one is, damn. That's 3,000. You're kidding me. You're telling me that there's 3,000 people? Wow. That's just 6,000 between those and 9,000 with that one. That's so many dead people. Holy shit. That's not good. We need to update our medical services because motherfuckers be fucking getting I'm sorry? Motherfuckers be getting born and then dying up in this bitch, which is definitely not going to be good. So, I think I want to do something with this square, kind of get another neighborhood in here, and then possibly something with up here, too. Actually, this is what I was already going to do. So let's focus on this. I'm going to stop looking at the rest of the map, because I'm just going to want to keep looking at it, and not stop looking at it. So now that we're back in this area, we can kind of understand what we want to do. And I haven't done any building over here, but for some reason, I have a shit ton of roads already going over here. So I've been thinking ahead to some degree. I don't know if it's been worth it, though. But I'm not going to lie. This little fucking island caught my eye, and I just now realized it was here. Obviously, I've seen it before, but I just kind of realized that this is here, and we could use this. And I like little islands like this, where I can kind of just fuck shit up with some residential homes. In not a bad way, but, let's find our other island. So this one's super small, but this is, one of the first little island-based communities that we did. And I want to do another one, considering the fact that this is much, much larger. We'll be able to kind of fit more in here. But what we're going to need to do is obviously fan out some of the ground that we're working with. So I'm going to bump this brush size up. I'm not going to go bitch with it. Hold on. If we go too big, though, if you use these mods, please be careful. Because if you go too big with the brush size, even my computer starts fucking shitting itself. Oh, my God. So even my computer starts shitting itself. So always make sure you go tame with it, because you don't need too big, or else it just starts fucking lagging shit. So we have to make sure that we're on smoothened terrain, or we're going to just have a huge mountain that happens here. So we're smoothing this terrain out. That kind of took away some of the island there. I think for logistics, we're going to pause the game, okay? We have a mini island right here. That's not big enough to do anything with. The only thing I could use that for is possibly a branching point for some of the roads here. Let's reduce a stray. Jesus, I had to sneeze like it was no tomorrow. I feel like there's more coming too. There's never just one. So I reduced the strength of the brush as well too, which that's going to help us kind of mold this without it being too extreme. Because if we get too extreme here, we're going to take most of our land away. I would say we're getting to that point where we're at that right now. So what I want to do possibly is let's just see if we can lift it back up. I don't know. That's going to seem to be a little bit sketchy. I'm going to lift it back up just a wee bit here around the whole... That's not what I want to do. Just try to get everything I can lifted up. So it's a little more raised. And this shouldn't really affect the, geography of the map to the point where it's kind of breaking stuff. We're having some issues here with this. That's where it starts getting a little extreme, because it's it wants to raise it so much, which is ridiculous. So let's drop this brush size, or not the brush size. Let's drop the strength. That way it doesn't do it too quick. We don't want to take away all the progress that we've made, kind of amplifying this a little higher than the rest of the sea level, I guess you could say. So that looks a little bit better. We don't have that much ground room like I was hoping. All the ground room that we have to work with is going to be the green kind of grass patches here. But that doesn't mean that we can't get something going. Let's test to make sure that the water level hasn't been fucked with. It does rush up, but I don't think it's going to be too drastic because we kind of just added stuff to the top versus kind of messing with stuff. So these have been having no power for God knows how long. And there are red, which means that they've been like that for a hot minute. So this is going to be interesting as well because I have noise pollution, but it looks like it's not going to actually make it to that area, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's get these trees out of here as well. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's an easier way to do this. Let's do... No, that's not what I wanted. Let's go trees, and we're just going to get rid of them like that. That way it allows us to properly build. We can lay the trees down afterwards, which is probably the better way to go about this. And now it's time to get some bridges and some roads connected to this stuff right here. So we're going to go to just a regular road. I don't want any grass or anything because, you know, well, I guess it wouldn't really matter, honestly. So how do we want to make this happen? I'm sorry. How do we want to make this happen without it fucking everything up? So we have ourselves a exit right here, which kind of leads to this main road. I don't think anyone's ever used this exit, and maybe there's not a reason to use it in the first place, which is why they haven't used it. But we're going to, I guess, use this as a base point of us getting off the freeway here. So if we want to connect something here, I'm going to kind of just make a road that is 2 ways out. So we can continue to go that way, but then we can use this road to go this way. So I'm going to curve this road so that way it has a nice, you know, look to it. And we're going to go right up on there. That's a little aggressive of a slant, but I don't think there's much we can do. Unless I was thinking, you know what I could think here? I want to get a little creative. Which, I don't know how that's going to work in the grand scheme of things, but we're going to try. Okay, so I reduced the brush size. We're on soften. Brush strength is pretty strong right now. I want to attempt to lower this to the point where it's almost like a road specifically for itself. And we're going to see that come to life here, hopefully shortly, but it's not really moving at all. My idea is slowly not going to fruition. We got to keep a small brush size. I would say about 40 was working pretty well. And then let's just amp up that brush strength. I guess what we're going to have to do then is just bump the brush strength back down. And then we're going to have to go old school and just attempt to lower this ourselves until we get satisfactory with what we're looking for here. And I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to try it. And if we got to raise some areas back up, that should be no problem. But you see what's coming to life here is that grass that's coming up. We are going to have some water issues here shortly, which we don't really want. It's just so hard to work with this. Okay, I think I should be able to go through and smooth it now. Yeah, okay, that's working the way I want. So this road's going to be right next to the water, but in the grand scheme of things, it is doing what I want. And then we can wrap this up on itself as like the road entrance in. I'm going to have to redo this just a wee bit so that way it looks a little more natural and normal. So we're going to take our bridge back across here, just one more back, and then let's just go ahead and see if we can get that to be a nice flat bridge so they're not having to do some crazy ass shit. And then from here is where we're going to start going up into the area since, or maybe I can do some like, I want to keep as much of the road as possible for them. I'm sorry. I want to keep as much of the island for them as possible without, you know, fucking it up with roads. So I'm trying to think here how we can do this. And I'm thinking maybe we could just do some type of like thing around the island here. We could just have this go flat, and then we'll just keep doing a nice little curve here. It's going to get a little wicked, but we can go through and we can refine these things to make it a little better. So I want this to be a dirt road kind of neighborhood because I feel like the dirt roads are smaller, which in grand scheme of things will allow us to have more room in general when we make our city here. So I'm trying to think how we should do this. Should we just have it come around, maybe touch down on the island, and then kind of skedaddle out of here into this little part? Because this is another part of the area which I have not had time to kind of work with here. So we just get rid of this. There we go. That's going to make it to where we have a flat portion of the road which touches the island, and we can kind of get some more roads in here. So for shits and giggles, I want to see what this is going to look like if we were to just take a road and kind of just start curving it up like we've done in some other places up here on these islands. And let's not get too crazy. It's going to flatten this out to some degree, which is what we want, especially if we're building homes. And then it should be able to lay some pretty good fucking homes here. So let's see if we can get that. And I guess we're going to do some type of like teardrop shape here. There's not much options that we do have. we have that edge of the island that comes up fairly goddamn quick. So I tried to give us as much room as possible. It was not working the way I wanted it to. Okay, so we're looking at like a oblique lasso, which has taken some LSD possibly and feels melty. That's the best way to describe that. So that is going to be the basis of this island. And then from there, we can kind of add some cool stuff like roads or whatever the fuck we want to add. But the basic way in, unless I want to get creative and add a freeway on, you know, just like a road that connects over here, we can do some type of other road that kind of goes to this, and then that will give them the ability to quickly have access to the freeway, at least an on-ramp to the freeway, which we've yet to build. We have an off-ramp here, on-ramp here, but that's kind of going to that side. So if we go to freeways here, we can at least get this semi-established here. We want a on-ramp, so we're going to want to go backwards with this. We have our road there, exit there. I say somewhere like this. Okay, we're going to get a nice little curve showing that we're going to be doing this as an on-ramp. That looks solid. So now we're going to go ahead and get a pretty aggressive curve. And we're going to do this just to connect these two roads like so. And this is an on-ramp, so we're going to go here. We're going to swap this so it's facing the other direction. And then now that's a one-way road that leads to the freeway over here as an on-ramp. So that's going to have direct access out. We have yet to make direct access in minus this exit over here. But to get into this neighborhood from this exit would be redundant because that's past your neighborhood. So we need to get an exit point from here. This is working, which is good to see. So I'm going to use something that's working, and we're going to attempt to... This is freeway, right? No, that's a 2-lane highway. Did I do that? No, that's an exit point. Okay, so let's get an off-ramp type thing here. Try to do this as good as possible. And then we're going to curve this back. I'm not getting too much of a curve here, so let's redo it. Oh, because it's on that one. Well, that'll do it. All right. Something like that should do. And then we can have that road kind of just be ready to go back in on itself. Okay, it's saying that's straight. Whatever works. Okay, so this is going to be the off-ramp. So we need to somehow connect it to this road, which is a 2-lane road here. So right now we have this going into a 1-lane road, which is going to kind of fuck shit up. So let's delete some of this. That way we can have a fusion point. I've never done this before, so I'm curious to see how this is going to actually work. And then can I... wonder if I could just do that. See, I wouldn't be surprised if I said that you can't connect them like that. So I get it. So what we can do, though, I'm going to think about this. No, we cannot do that either. Too close to each other. Okay, fine. Okay, that's not a bad idea. So what we can do is we'll have the... See, but that's a one-way. So we also have to then extend this bridge to take over this road. So let's do that. We're going to do this. And then we're going to put a connection point right there, which will allow 2 lanes of travel, which I think would be better if we actually had a road than that. So let's do this where it's going to update. And now it's going to be a regular street. So what they do is I come down this road. I've got to fix some of this shit because this isn't right. So it's going to be the exit. This is going to be the on-ramp. So let's swap that. And now that should be good. So they're coming down the road. If they want to get on the highway, they're going to have to turn left here. Okay? If they're going to want to get on... That's pretty much it. You can only turn left to get on the highway and then straight that way. So let's go ahead and open up some stuff here. I want to take a look at junctions. I'm going to make this just a stop sign. I feel like that would be better for traffic, or just better for traffic in general if we had that. So hopefully people start using this exit point. It's going to be debatable if they're actually going to use it, but there's nothing over here yet to have them start using it. So chances of that being used right this second, very slim. But at least we have it set up. We have some nice on-ramps, off-ramps. They look professional. They look good, so that's all that matters in the end of the day. Making some good fucking progress on this little island here. And then what we can do is attempt to look at what we can start with here in this big block of green. And before we do that, I say we open up our brush size. We're going to make this relatively big. 500 seems to be an acceptable place. And we're going to go smooth. And we're just going to smooth out some of this land. And we're going to get it ready for buildings, roads, and all that stuff. By doing this, it's going to make the roads that we lay down 20 million times better. And we do have a hill here, as you can see. That's not what I wanted to do. But doing a general landscape to this will be really good. It already looks 20 times better. I'm going to do a really quick road update, and we're going to add trees to this road. Just because it would look much better going into the road if you had a whole bunch of trees. So I want this to be a really fancy looking neighborhood, you know, something that's well thought out. Again, we're getting more towards, let me find orientation. So this is like northern part of the center of the map here, kind of. I mean, the center would be technically here, but close enough, right? So I want this to be a nice neighborhood that's actually like, you know, lavish and looks good. And I don't know how we can make that represent itself in this game, but that's the point in which I'm trying to go with here. So with that being said, let's find us some main roads. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay an avenue from A to B really quick so we can have a good point of traversing this area. Now, this is technically already a massive avenue coming from that. So I guess what we could do is we could just... I want it running through the whole town, though, like so. So I feel like now we might want to get some curve stuff going on here. So as much as I would like the avenue to be straight, as long as they have one major road that kind of, you know, leads them in a fucking big circle around the map, that's kind of what we want here. Because that means it's going to be... This isn't as good of an avenue as I made before. In this one, I've made a massive fucking one long road, which is this one right here. So you can see it starts right here. And it goes all the way down here, wraps up around this, goes up, and it's a big circle, which then turns off into here, goes straight across, which then you have another one that goes down. So these avenues are used to get across the map a lot faster. So it's not a bad idea to make sure that we're adding these in, so that way people can just pick a main road and get to all the other streets off of that main road. So that is, I guess, a good point to work with here. That's a little bit more... It's a little bit more ridiculous than I would like here. So, but I think I can kind of fix some of these up by the nodes without it being too fucked up. And if it's too bad, we can always get in there and attempt to redo what we've done with some new roads and new curves and stuff. So I say for at least right this second, we're going to delete it because I don't like it at all. We need something that looks a little better. So I say we go back farther with it. And we're going to delete this because as much as I want this to run through the center of town, that's going to cause issues with our design. And I'm just not really digging the way it is. So let's work from this side since we already have it, and we're going to do a nice curve around this bottom of the hill, which is then going to give us a nice curve into the area that we want to kind of do this. So now we can build a avenue which leads to there, which I would think if we can get... So we have a freeway that we have to get across, which isn't going to help anything, but we have this other avenue here. Then again, this is like a mini... I'm going to call this like a mini avenue because it's going to go... It's going to go in one circle, but we're going to have to redo some roads here because it's not... I'm not liking it, you know what I mean? And we also have a railroad track that we have to worry about. That's not a freeway, was it? No, it wasn't. It was a very random road. So let's get this avenue made here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a road... Fuck, what should I do here? Okay, I got it. This is where we're getting confused. So let's get this made as an avenue as well, which leads to that bridge, which leads to this road, which leads to that tunnel, which leads back to the fucking avenue already. So half the avenue is just going to be hidden. We're just going to update this as well, too. So that way it's bigger and better and all that shit. So let's just get this updated. Uh-oh, I just updated a road I didn't want to update there. Okay, that's updated. Let's get back to this. We're going to fix this road. Bam. Okay, good stuff. So now that we have that done, we have this kind of road that leads to nowhere. I think I'm paused again. The road that leads to nowhere, that's fine. That's an exit road right here, which leads to this industrial road, I guess, is what I made there. So, okay, so now that looks a lot better. We have our avenue that kind of runs through this new development that we just made, and everything's looking, I would say, better than the old design that we had there. Those are some small-ass bushes in comparison to those trees, dude. They just look like specks on the goddamn ground. So how we can do this, I feel like this is an aggressive mountain that we could have probably smoothed out a little with this hill, but we can make do. So from here, I want to go ahead. How can we make a nice-looking area that... Fuck, this is going to be difficult. So we're going to leave all this for another episode because this is a lot. I'm going to focus on this area right here that we can get filled in with some stuff. So first things first, to start this off, we need not a two-lane one-way road. We need a two-lane road in general. And we're going to find good places for us to make the entry points into the neighborhood here. I'm thinking either 2 or 3. We can either do 1 on each side, or 3 would be kind of just an equal kind of layout. I'm gonna see. Oh, I'm gonna see how it looks by getting some stuff kind of just laid down really quick, and we can check the way it's all orientated as well, so we can kind of see how we want to do this. Now, my question is, do we want it to be sparse, or do we want it to be more congested, like, you know, one of the neighborhoods that we would have built before, which I would say, do we want it to be something like this, or do we want it to be more something like this, I guess, or this? This is really sparse, if you ask me. Geez, 92,000 in debt? My God. All right, so I'm thinking what we could do... I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to try something out here. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or if this is going to be just like how it is, or we're just going to delete it. I'm not sure. But I'm feeling like if we were to do something like a more of a congested neighborhood, but not a congested neighborhood, it would look really good. Like something that's really squared out, really tucked into this area, so it's like meant to be here, I think would be really beneficial, because then you would have like a really nice little access to water here, which we can get some trails. You would have the hills, which you can go hiking. We can already have some basis. And then not that far, you have the Holly National Park, which has been, you know, producing all of the oxygen for this city for, you know, God knows how fucking long with how many trees we have. So I'm liking something like this. It seems basic, but I feel like basic could also be something that looks realistic, but then we can also kind of go at it the way we need to. So for something like this, it would probably be best if we did like not straight roads like this that kind of just went across and bam, we call it a day. No, I don't think that's going to be it. What I think would be a good idea in this is to have some type of design. Now, I'm really shitty at drawing or anything of that nature, but we can at least have some type of design with the streets, so that way from above, you're like, oh, wow, that looks cool. What the fuck would that even mean? I have zero idea. But I'm thinking we can also, we can really try some shit here. I'm going to swap the road so it's like more of a straight road here. And I want to try a spiral. Now, I've done something like this before, but I feel like some design like this would be kind of fucking cool in the grand scheme of things. Is it substantial to actual living? No, not really. Who would want to go in a fat circle 800 times before they get there? But from the sky, I don't like it. I don't like it. So we're going back on our idea. Bye-bye. Okay. Now, whoa. Huh? Wait a second. It was a happy accident. Some Bob Ross shit is going on up in this. Hold on. Oh, I can't connect it? Really? That's stupid. Space already occupied. Well, I guess I go out like this. We could just do some funky shit. What is going on with that road? Oh, that is a glitch road. I don't know. Happy accidents sometimes are not good accidents, I guess, as we just found out. So, Bob Ross, you deceived us. Yeah, so I don't know what happened there. That is weird. So let's delete this. Oh boy. There we go. Let's delete this. Get our road made back together, even though that doesn't seem normal like it was before. So how can the fuck oh my God, we're having a major artifact, right? Or yeah, we are. Wow, we got roads overlaying on roads right now. This is how portals are made. Okay, I am starting to get worried, concerned, whatever other words would justify those feelings, because I'm not sure how I want to do this. I'm dead serious right now. I'm not sure. And I usually have no problem making neighborhood. Okay, that's a little more square. Maybe I can actually get something going. I think it's the fact that it's becoming narrower as we kind of go down here, which is the issue, is that it just makes it hard to kind of get anything in there in the first place. That doesn't sound right. After thinking back on what I said, that doesn't sound right. Let's go ahead and move. I'm doing some funk ass shit right now. What is that? It looks like one of those things. The fucking justice system balance things that they add. I don't know what it's called. I kind of like it, though. We should do it. As like an homage to RP and LSPDFR. Let's fucking do it. You know what I mean? Okay, so... Oh my God, yeah, we could just do something like this. And then we'll go down. This is gonna be the weirdest fucking neighborhood ever, but I'm so down for some funk shit right now. You have no idea. Damn, dude. It's the fucking, the balance things that they use. That's fucking great. All right, let's refine it then so it looks a little better. everything is equal and all that. That road is just not laying down the way it should. It's either going to be too... No, there we go. That's better. Okay, so we have so much open room here that it's just utterly ridiculous. We should have a lot more stuff being done. I want to make sure that this is like equal to... Is it equal? Yeah, I would say that's pretty fucking equal. For just randomly doing that. This road is not, though, which I think is making shit look odd. Okay, I want to redo this one to be a little larger as well. So what are we looking like with our stuff? It's not much open room, though. You got to admit, that's not bad. It is not bad at all. Okay, and then this one we can just do a regular design. We'll just, this will be like an Easter egg for us. And it's also sideways. So someone will look at it and go, interesting neighborhood design, until you flip it like this and you realize, oh, wait, what is he trying to say? You know what I mean? Cool. Well, now that we got that weird-ass shit made, and I've spent all that time doing that, let's get this area piped. We have 0 pipes going into here. So I think the best thing would be... Let's just use the avenue here. We're going to pipe the avenue. That way, from the avenue, we can pipe everything else, neighborhoods, whatever we got to do. And then we're going to go ahead and go through lay medical, all that stuff as well. Just going to follow that tunnel to here, bam. So now we have a nice big circle. I'm not liking how much of the same water is most likely being used here. So for logistics, I'm going to open up just more patches of fresh water coming into this neighborhood. This is how you stop people from getting polluted with, dirty drinking water or whatever the case may be. You're putting a stop to that because you're getting extra water into the mix, which it's able to kind of, send out clean, good water. That's what you want. You don't want shitty water going out. You don't want to drink shitty water. So now let's go ahead and pipe up the rest of this neighborhood really quick. At least this bottom half where the... what is that thing called, too? I'll have to wait. I can look it up on Google right now. But... I'm not. So I'll wait till I read you guys' comments on what this is called. I know it's on like the tip of my mind there. I feel like it's coming to my mind. I just couldn't even begin to guess what it is. I'm just going to call it the balanced justy thingy, okay? And that's the easiest way to go about it. So now that we have all that piped up, do we though? Did I pay attention? I did. And that's looking good. So let's drop some... I know we don't have this done here, but we've done a lot of stuff today. We've done just a shit ton of shit. We really haven't filled out much of the stuff. So let's go. I'm going to backtrack just a wee bit, okay, before we fill out this neighborhood, both these neighborhoods, at least this one and this one. We'll save this and the other side for another time. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to keep it open and just have one neighborhood with a big loop? I actually think that wouldn't be such a bad idea, to be truthfully honest. That really wouldn't. So let's make sure that these people have pipes over here. I'm surprised I didn't do that. And we're going to bring some of this over here. Get a nice little section going. And I don't think we're going to have anything in the middle. So what that'll do for us is allow us to put trees or a park or something that we can put in the middle, which would be nice. I think they're going to have enough flow of water, but I think for logistics, I'm going to add this, and then they should be good. So if that's the case, let's... Actually, fuck, how's that going to work? Because they're going to need... They're going to need, like, fire, medical, and all that stuff. Fuck. I guess I could put it... No, it's not going to work either. That's a bummer. This is going to be turning into a shit show fest. Unless I could just do the necessities, which is police, fire... Police and fire, I guess. I could have the firehouse on the water, which it should raise it enough to where it's not going to actually be swimming the firefighters the whole time. And then the police station can go there. And let's see what these have actually produced for this. Okay, so barely anything. Good. So I'm going to delete that. We're going to upgrade this to a precinct, which should have more flow onto like that upper portion of where it starts curving. Yeah, that's better. I'll take it for what it is. That's much better. So for fire, that's horrible as well too. So we're going to replace this with a firehouse, right? Yeah, fire station versus... I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to take away a little bit of the residential homes for this, but it would be for the better due to the fact that they need to make sure that their house doesn't burn down. So let's get medical. I'm going to get a nice little clinic here, and we can put that where the old fire station was, and then they have their main necessities here for that. So let's quickly just get this filled in. So give me 1 second. Okay, filled in just like that. So let's get them populating. We need electricity down here as well, but we already have electricity kind of going over here, and we have availability at 100%. So we can just tap into what we already have, which is just going to be right across this water here. So I'm going to take this and let's see if we could just connect it ever so slightly over there to get them power in 3, 2, 1, and power. Okay, took a minute. I don't know why it took so long on that one. Piping's good. Power's good. Houses are going up at a tremendous rate. They see and they feel that it's an island. They're like, I want that shit. I want that experience. I'm going to go for it. And they got it. So kind of nice to see that going up here. And I say we get our justice balance thingies also going as well, too. Since we're here, we have the piping done. We have pretty much everything solidified with this. We're going to have a little bit of open space, but I think in the end of the day, it's going to look really good. Having something different. And again, when you're sideways with it, because the orientation of how you look at this game is technically a sideways. So it's going to be like this. So you really won't even notice what it is unless you are looking at it at like an eastward angle there. But that'll be cool. It's like our own Easter egg, even though no one else will fucking see it. And it absolutely means jack shit at all. So there we go. You know, a good thing that we can get going for this area is some type of power plant. They have enough electricity. Where is that being drawn from? I would assume right here. That's going to start going quick if it's being pulled for homes and stuff. So we do have this area over here, which I'm liking. I can probably, like this right here. See how it's like flat and it's already kind of looks like it's ready to be used? I say we use this really quick. It's going to be the last thing I'm going to do today in this episode. Is kind of just get some of this smoothed up here. We're going to get some of these hills gone. I don't need to take away too much of it. And that's just due to the fact that the power plant's not really that big and it produces a lot of power and we could use it for, you know, many areas here. Look at that fucking deer frolicking and running. So let's get rid of this road just for now and go back to the smooth. Okay, so that'll be good. That actually raised the hill a little versus dropping it, which is interesting. I'm not sure if there's a way to actually... No, see, that just raised it even more. Well, dramatic. Absolutely dramatic. Okay, so what is... Oh! What the fuck? I just made like a reservoir within 5 seconds. Imagine if I were to take away the brush strength to not be so aggressive, and it's still aggressive even though I've chopped it down to about... Why is it so... It's like it's angry. It's like, oh, you have chosen anything over 1. Okay, fucking wait. Jesus. Like, watch. I feel like 1's going to even be stupid. Okay, that's more reasonable, so I can flatten out that valley a little, which is nice. You've just got to keep everything in like a motion or it starts getting like all fucked up. So let's get this back over here. We're going to turn that brush strength back up. And then we can smooth out some of the stuff that we did to where it's kind of like all equal. And we made a nice little valley over here, which kind of gets over to Holly National Park a little easier. We can make an access road or something that goes right through that. And they can get to that fucking so much easier. So besides that, though, let's make sure we keep that open, and then I guess I'm going to put it over here. It does come with noise pollution, if I'm not mistaken, but not too much. I'm thinking like right here or something. So let's get our dirt road, I guess. We're going to connect it to the... Okay, that was aggressive. We're going to connect to the back neighborhood here. Maybe a nice little curved road that goes off into the forest area here, where then we can lay, you know, a flat road like so, and then put down... this, which is going to give direct energy to all the neighborhoods that are going to be going up in this area over time, which if we need to double, triple this, we can. Usually 1 or 2 produces enough electricity to actually handle a lot of stuff, and we've learned that in these areas. So, like, well, here, I guess we have 4. Fuck me, right? I guess I was totally wrong. And we're still going to need another one. So I take everything back about what I said. We might need upwards to 5, 6, 7, 8, even possibly 75. So it just all depends on... when we get to that spot, how many houses we have. I doubt it's going to be as populated as here, but at least we know we have room to kind of plop those, and it's hidden. So we didn't want them to see that. They won't see it, so that's good. Imagine we had to give this place power to get power to the rest of the stuff. That would make no sense at all. All right, that's good. I'm liking that. Electricity, which means we've got to draw it back into this area here because there's no electricity. So we're going to take these, and I fucking hate power lines. I don't notice them in real life like I notice them in this game. And I think that's what disturbs me so much about it is it's just disturbing. So we're going to go ahead and just draw some power right now until we can get enough to connect it to our power grid. But these 2 little neighborhoods that we built, oh God, are they're not feeding enough power to this. So we're going to need to help them out here tremendously. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an island hop to space already occupied. What do you mean? There we go. I guess we'll just use the island as a fucking hopping point for electricity. That should be good now. All right. Yeah, they're chilling. Give it a second. Give it a second. Okay, they're good. So this is the newest development. These are in the middle of fucking nowhere. So it's going to take a hot minute for us to actually get either this development over to the rest of the map or the rest of the map over to this development. It kind of just depends on what direction we want to do it. I'm feeling like filling all this out would kind of be where it's at. I want to make, you know, the rest of the neighborhoods on both sides. I want to make this avenue that leads to the Holly National Park. So that way they got a quick access point over to there so we can get some people over there. This is, I've honest to God forgot I even made this. I forgot I even made this. This shit has stuff going too, dude. They're chilling over here. They are absolutely fucking chilling. And you know what would be cool is if we added a deserty part to the map. Wouldn't that be sick? So maybe we could cut this up. So like everything on this crease line or like everything on the other side of this, we'll take the ground texture thing and we'll go sand. And we'll go fucking insane. And just fucking hit all of it with some fucking desert. I just hit it all with some desert. Okay, you know what they say, right? Dude, that looks fucking sick. Are you kidding me right now? That looks fucking sick. And we're just going to have it kind of flutter off and get to the point where it's green. Dude, that's going to be so fucking sick. Like the deserty feel. Oh, I should have done that to these fucking neighborhoods. Like I like my wood neighborhoods. I'm sorry. I like the woody neighborhoods. But that actually is fucking sick, man. That's sick. I like it. I like it a lot. Shit. I don't know if we can have a desert that close to the fucking forest, but we're going to make do for right now. You guys let me know how you guys like that, okay? We're going to probably have to go through and delete all of the trees because you don't technically have trees in the desert, but I think that looks fucking rad. If we were to kind of make a section that's a deserty part, or we can even extend it. I don't know. You let me know. Should we? I'll give you a basis so you know what to comment, so that way it's not difficult. So, you know, where it's at is one option, okay? To the river. All right, or the whole fucking map. How about that? That's three options. Where it's at, to the river, or the whole fucking map. Now, we're definitely not going to do the whole fucking map, but if you want to vote for that, that's totally fine. This is going to be where we wrap it up, though. We've made some amazing progress on this map. I don't want that one. No, not going to happen. Where am I going? What is my new development? This is a new one. Nope, this is a new one. Wow, it's quite small compared to the other developments that I would have made before. But I think that's where we're going to get a little more intricate stuff. Also, Easter egg for the win, right? But that is going to be where we wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Getting in here for some city skylines, building some small little neighborhoods, which is going to eventually lead into some massive neighborhoods, I would hope. But this is all the start to some really awesome stuff here, and we can kind of keep expanding and just get to the point of, like, no return with this north part of the map here. But nonetheless, that is going to be where we wrap it up. Thanks so much for watching this episode of City Skylines, and we will see you next video.